Okay, here are the 5 goals we gave up in the North Bay game. Now, this was a much closer game than the score, but anyhow, let's learn from some of the things, the little mistakes that we made. Here's number one. So our D goes down. We do a good job of helping out here. Okay, our winger kind of gets sucked down a little bit, but there's help for our D. Puck comes high. I like how the winger closes out hard. That's really good. In the shooting, looks like they're kind of in the shooting lane. But one little thing, our D on these plays to the point, we don't want to be coming out to the high house. Okay, we got to protect the house first. So you can see, if you watch, if I go back a little, our D's in the corner, they're in the corner side by side. At this point, it's like a race to the net, right? Because that player is going to cut to the net. Our D's going to cut high. And now if you look, it's a 2-on-1 in front of the net, right? Now, it's a bit of a lucky bounce. It hits a leg and it ends up falling in. But, you know, a lot of this, let's just make sure we protect the house first. Don't run around so much, okay? Wingers, we don't have to come down low and help the D, okay? You can come like right to here. You can come to the face-off dot so that player can't curl in. We don't want our wingers coming down that low, okay? Even though they do a good job of closing out, which is awesome. And D, we don't need to come this high, right? Your job is the front of the net first. We come high, that girl sneaks in behind, whack, whack. We're a little bit soft in front, they end up scoring, okay? Let's be stronger in front of the net. Goalies, you got to be strong too, nice and firm. Don't worry about getting a little, you got lots of padding on. And D, don't go high. Wingers, don't come so low, okay? Everyone's got a job to do. But again, it's a bit of a lucky bounce, right? So anyhow, that's goal number one. Here's two. Now this one we don't, we do a pretty good job overall. A couple little tips. Let's not panic rim the puck. So you can see right now the D's got lots of time, right? Take your time. Shoulder check, get skating, look for someone to give it to. But when you panic rim, what ends up happening is now it's a 50-50 puck, right? 100% our puck with no pressure. Now it's a 50-50 puck. Only rim when there's two forecheckers on you, okay? But anyhow, Sophia does a good job of coming out, playing this player tough, and they get a bit of a, it happens sometimes, right? So nothing too major we did wrong. Let's just be aware of those rims, right? Let's not make them when there's no forecheckers. Let's try to make them when there's only two, right? But it happens sometimes. Goals like that happen sometimes. We got to shake them off and just keep going and get better, right? Here's goal number three. So we get the puck out here, which is good. Haley does a good job on her angle here, but then she stops skating. So when you do these angles, you want to be crossing over to match the player's speed. She kind of gives up there. Let's not give up on those plays. But we forced this girl wide. Now, one thing I got to call out is we got to watch our line changes, right? So right here, we're doing a D line change. Now, it looks good here, right? The puck's going out. It looks good here. But if you shoulder check right now, you're going to realize this is not a good time to make a change, especially at slow speed, right? It's got to be fast. So when you're making these changes, D, look over your shoulder, see what's happening, right? And if you watch this player here, it ends up being a 2-on-1. She's wide open in front because of that line change. Now, luckily, she doesn't get it, so let's watch her line changes. Puck ends up in front. Again, we're not strong enough in front. We got the line change, so Sarah's a little late getting there. But forwards, we got to help out on this play. Like, look at this girl. We just kind of reaching. We're not really helping. She gets a free tap at it, and it's in the net. Like, that girl's got to be like, we got to push on that girl. We got to lift sticks. We can't just watch those scrambles go in the net. There's goal number 3. Here's goal number 4. We're short-handed on this play. We can talk a little bit about the forecheck actually. When you're forechecking short-handed, you don't have a bull anymore. You have a fox and you have a hawk, right? Right now we sort of have like 2 foxes, I guess. Like, I'd rather have like one player kind of in the middle and then the hawk a little bit high, but we haven't worked on it yet. Because what happens is one little rim here, and look what happens. Now they're on a 3-on-2, right? So just be aware, like when you're short-handed, One player, we don't need to have a bull in a situation like this, but a fox would be nice, and a hawk, so they don't get that 3-on-2. Okay? So anyhow, they end up with 3-on-2, but we force the girl kind of wide. Okay, Sarah makes a bit of a bad pivot there, right? But we're okay here, right? We got to stick in, bit of a wide angle shot, and it just kind of, the girl's moving might have hit something, but let's just, you know, we'll work on that forecheck. But remember, when you're forechecking short-handed, you got to have a hawk 100% of the time, okay? Yeah, anyhow, here's goal number 5. Goal number 5, everybody's in the right place, but we're not playing with the right level of intensity, right? So like right here, that girl in front, like we're in the right spot. Like Sophia's in the right spot. Sarah's a little too close to the net, like she's got to grab that player, but she's generally in the right spot. But we got to like be hard on that girl. Like she can't get a free shot like that. We want to be like right on her so you can stick lift her. When that pass comes through, it's a stick lift and we're out, right? We got to play with a little more intensity in front of the net. Guys, that's like my main tip. This game, again, it's going back to scramble goals, right? Like 45% of our goals this year have been scramble goals. Teams like Barrie and North Bay, like there's no magic there. They're not doing anything extra fancy. They're just going to the net. So like that's the big lesson I want you guys to get is A, we need to go to the net with the same type of intensity, right? And B, you know, we have to protect the front of our net. Like if we go back to like that first, is it the first goal? Yeah, if you go back to the first goal, look how they attack the net. Like this girl down low, what does she do? She doesn't just stand in the corner. She sees the puck go to the point, and where does she go? She goes to the net. Where does this forward go? They go to the net, okay? Everyone goes to the net on those shots from the point, and look what happens. You end up with really good chances, right? So that's the big lesson from this video. It's not magic what they're doing to us. They're just going to the net, right? When you forecheck, you're in the high slot. But when that puck comes from a shot from the point, you go to the net, right? There's rebounds there. Okay, so that's the big lesson for us is let's learn from these guys and let's be a little stronger in front of our net. And that's the 5 goals.